Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Unit 10 review. This is video number 3. So we've already done problem 1, we've done problem 2, we've done problem 3, we've done problem 4. Now we're going to start on the first, problem number 5. So it says in 1985 there were 285 people with cell phones in the town of Addison. The number of people with cell phones after the year 1985 has been recorded on the table of values. So use your graphing calculator, create a scatter plot of the data. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Are your graphing calculators out? Mine are. So always got to make sure to clear out any data that we had in there previously. If you haven't worked with a calculator before, this happens a lot, guys, that we need to go through, go second y equals, and make sure all of the right things are checked off. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start putting in my data. I don't really need, or you really don't need to watch this, so let's go ahead and pause it, and you should be doing it yourself. Okay, so there's my window, if you want to see exactly how I set it up. And then this is what the graph should look like. So, is that linear, quadratic, or exponential? It looks like a J, doesn't it? Yeah, so if it looks like a J, that means it's exponential. All right, so write the equation of the function of the line of best fit and round to the, what decimal does it say? Good, round to the 5th decimal. So I'm going to go to stat, go to calculate, and I got to go to exponential reg. So exponential regression. And then hit enter. Okay, so we're going to round this to the 5th decimal. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start writing it down. If you need to pause it right now. All right, so here we go. When you round it, you should go y equals 284.78366, and then in parentheses the 1.75017 to the x power. Okay, so I'm just going to double check that really quick, that it was 0.78366 and 1.75017. Good. All right. So it says to use the equation from part C, predict the number of people with cell phones in the year 2000. Round to the nearest person. Okay. So once again, that's saying you can't have half a person. But the year 2000, if we look at over here, those aren't years, those are numbers. And they're years from 1985, which means, yeah, we have to subtract 2000 from 1985. And we get 15. Okay? So we have to plug that number into our equation. So what do you get? I'm going to plug it into my calculator right now. 284.78366 times, oh, by 2 decimals. I can't have that. Oh, 284. Good. There we go. 0.78366 times, in parentheses, the 1.75017 raised to the 15th power. All right, so remember, we have to round this to the nearest person. We can't have 0.19 of a person. Right, so yeah, it automatically gets rounded up. So our answer, rounded, is going to be 1,261,011 people. All right, E. E asks us, what is the growth rate, percent increase of people who have cell phones each year? So for growth rate, okay, that's because the B is greater than 1. So if B is greater than 1, we have to do the growth rate, which is B minus 1 times 100. Okay, so we take B, the 1.75017 minus 1 times 100. I'm waiting for you. What'd you get? I get 75.071, and we're talking about percent. Okay. All right, let's flip it over. Hey, on mine it's switched. This is problem number 6, but on yours, yeah, yours still says it's number 5. All right, so the data below shows the cooling temperature of a freshly brewed cup of coffee after it is poured from the brewing pot and then placed in the freezer. The brewing pot temperature is approximately 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So use your graphing calculator and create a scatter plot for the data. Once again, let's go ahead and pause that video and figure out all that information. Okay. Okay, if you want to look to see how I set up my window, there it is. And then graphing it, this is what it looks like. So is that linear, quadratic, or exponential? Yeah, that one's exponential. So I'm going to make sure I circle exponential. Now, write the equation of the function of best fit, and we have to round to the 5th decimal. Okay, so I'm going to go. We're going to hit stat, over to calculate, and I'm going to go down to exponential regression, which is 0 on my calculator, and then just hit enter again. And there we go. So for this one, be careful with your rounding, okay? Pause it if you need to, or rewind. We're going for it, okay? So we get that y equals, was it 175? Yeah, 0.58681. I was just double checking to make sure I wrote down the right thing. 175.58681, and we're timesing that by 0.85637, all to the x power. So I'm just going to flip it over back here, so we get 0.85637. Okay. So what is the decay rate, the percent decrease of the temperature of the coffee after each minute? So since we're doing decay, decay tells me that we have to do, because it's B is less than 1, that we do 1 minus B, and then we times it by 100. Okay? So we have 1 minus 0.85637 0.85637 times 100. Did you get 14 point what? Yeah, 363%. So that's the decay rate. It's 14% each minute it's going down. Okay? Now it says using your equation from part B, approximately what will the temperature of the coffee be if it is in the freezer for 25 minutes? Okay? So key things to know is that we're doing this for 25 minutes, and then we have to round to the nearest hundredth. All right, so we need our calculators. Ooh, I didn't even write it down yet. I almost skipped a step. So y equals 175.5861, 0.85637 to the 25th, okay? Because that's what it's telling us to plug in. All right, so I'm going to do that on my calculator. You guys should be doing that too. Okay, that's what I got. And it said to round it to the nearest hundredth. So it's going to be 3.6 what? Yeah, you should get 3.64. So 3.64, and that's degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. I'm going to stop the video right there. And that'll be it for video 3. Video 4 will cover the last two problems, which are 6 and 7 on your review. All right, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra Unit 10 Review. Thanks for watching.